life and time of Ambassador Adebowale Ibidapo Adefuye. Ambassador Adebowale Ibidapo Adefuye, a true Nigerian patriot, an envoy par excellence, a notable scholar, an exemplary family man, and an incredibly good-spirited human being, has passed away. He died unexpectedly in Washington, D.C. on August 27, 2015, after a brief illness. As Nigeria's ambassador to the United States, he was adjudged to be among the very best envoys in the history of United States-Nigerian diplomatic relations. In words and in deed, Ambassador Adefuye actually performed the role of the Nigerian envoy here in the U.S. in a very unique way, becoming not just the voice of the Nigerian government here, but also the voice of the Nigerian community.
There's nothing bad about us. Nigerians are not criminals. We are not unusually tricky.
In September 2013, he was awarded publicly the Distinguished Ambassador Award by a Christian Association of Nigeria-American, CANAN. The indomitable, exuberant diplomat was born at Ijebu Igbo Ogun State, Nigeria, in 1947. Ambassador Adefuye received his first degree in history at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, in 1969, and in 1973 earned a PhD in history there, with a dissertation on the political history of the Palworld 1400 to 1911. As a Fulbright scholar, he studied at Columbia University, the University of North Florida, and the University of Florida in Gainesville, United States. Ambassador Adefuye started his academic career as a lecturer at the University of Lagos, where he rose to the position of professor and published books and articles, and served as head of the history department from 1985 to 1987. Among the books he has written are History of the Peoples of Lagos State, 1987, and Culture of Foreign Policy, The Nigerian Example, in 1993. He received his first diplomatic posting as High Commissioner to Jamaica, with concurrent accreditation to Haiti and Belize, a job he kept from 1987 to 1991. From 1991 to 1994, he served as Deputy High Commissioner at the Nigerian Embassy in London, UK, from where he was hired by the Commonwealth, formerly the British Commonwealth of Nations, as Deputy Director of Strategic Planning. After 14 years with the Commonwealth, Ambassador Adefuye took a job with the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, where he served as an advisor for 2 years, from 2008 to 2010. He was appointed as Nigerian ambassador to the United States in 2010 by former President Jonathan Goodluck. He was warmly welcomed by U.S. President Barack Obama. Ambassador Adebowale Adefuye is one of the most respected and dignified ambassadors in the history of Nigeria. His dignity and decorum represent the high watermark of Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Ministry, Femi Shone, Nigerian News, wrote.
The epitome of that name, ambassador. He represented that name well. At times people, for political reasons, they get that position and all that stuff. But this individual, Professor Adefuye, was a good representation of that name, ambassador, Nigerian ambassador to the U.S. He represented him well, and he made us proud.
Ambassador Adefuye used every tool in his formidable arsenal to make the best out of the U.S.-Nigeria relations. Ambassador Adefuye has successfully promoted trade and investment interests of Nigeria in line with achieving the transformation agenda of Nigerian government. The late Ambassador Adefuye hosted a historic Nigerian Investment Power Forum, where experts were drawn from the private and public sector with the purpose of building partnerships between American and Nigerian companies and investors. His devotion to a prosperous Nigeria influenced his decision to host another forum on agriculture in April 2012. His purpose was to recapture Nigeria's former status as West Africa's breadbasket. Ambassador Adefuye also hosted another forum, this time in the area of infrastructure. The conference, themed Building the Infrastructure for Nigeria's Vision 2020, was an important conference in continuing to foster and grow the U.S.-Nigeria bilateral relationship. It showcased the vast investment and contracting opportunities available in Nigeria's infrastructure sector through specific project examples and development requirement outlines.
Ambassador Adefuye, the Nigerian ambassador to the United States. Ambassador Adefuye is one of the best diplomats in this town and one of the primary reasons why the U.S.-Nigerian relationship is so strong and vibrant and alive today. Ade has been a strong partner with all of us in the State Department and a very loud, clear, and progressive spokesperson for Nigeria across the United States.
Most incredible working ambassador in this city that I think I've ever seen. His name is Ambassador Adefuye from Nigeria. Ambassador, can you come up to the stage, please? Come and join us. Thank you. So yeah, on behalf of CCA, I'd just like to say a very, very big thank you to Ambassador Adefuye, who has mobilized huge resources and worked tirelessly to make this happen. I also like to thank him because yesterday evening, he suggested that he wants to make me a chief of Nigeria. And he told me that I'm allowed to pick whichever wife I want. And I told him I saw her here. She's at the conference.
He embarked on a project that will put smiles on the faces of Nigerians wishing to apply for U.S. visas, as he held a series of meetings with the State Department in a bid to invoke the reciprocity visa rule and include Nigeria in its calendar. A move that will not only reduce the hardships experienced by Nigeria visa applicants, but would also increase visa validity to 5 years. Due to Adefuye's advice, the Nigerian government increased visa validity for American investors that meets the country's criteria to 5 years.
When a Nigerian applies for a US visa and is coming out applying for a non-immigrant visa, the tenure of that visa should now be 5 years to 2 years. But we are negotiating on that. Yes. Once they get here, if and when they get here, they should apply themselves seriously to their job. Be law abiding. America is a country of law. Be law abiding. Don't do what is forbidden by the law. But they are very strict on the law. But I know that when a typical Nigerian we are very talented. Any Nigerian who can get through the rigorous system of education, once he gets here, with the facilities and all at their disposal here, should be able to do well. So just come here, be law abiding, be committed to your work, come here with the same serious set of purpose, and you'll be able to fulfill your potential when you get here.
While he was a great asset to the government he served, he was also a present help for the causes of Nigerians in the U.S., especially when unjustly maligned and taunted in the Western press generalizing castigations.
People from Chad, Niger, from all these neighboring countries, or from African countries, when they say that Nigerian are committed offense, they say yes. But because the average American law enforcement agent thinks that once a black man commits an offense, and so as an African American, he must be Nigerian. So I had told them this, you have just been unfair to us, stigmatizing Nigeria. But I think the mission has fought this tendency so much that I think the incidents has dropped.
He actively and proudly supported organizations that project the right image of Nigerians here in America, ensuring that high-flying Nigerian achievers in the United States got the limelight they deserve.
Ambassador Adefuye attended the Nigerian Independence Day Parade in New York every year. He brought his family along on some occasions, and he was very proud to be among Nigerians. He wore his green, white, green outfit very proudly, and he was proud to showcase his patriotism and his pride in Nigeria at every Independence Day celebration in New York.
Ambassador Adefuye is a phenomenal gentleman. He really promoted Nigeria beyond any that I can think of in recent history. There were quite a lot of initiatives that he brought to the table, and very energetic, and is somebody that is very inclusive. There is no distance too far for him to travel in order to meet with various groups, cultural events, and associations. Everybody having one function or the other across the United States, he'll be there to represent.
U.S. State Department stated, quote, "We were saddened to learn of the passing yesterday of Nigeria's ambassador to the United States, the Honorable Adebowale Ibidapo Adefuye. Nigeria lost a distinguished ambassador who will be dearly missed. On behalf of the people of the United States and President Obama, we express our deepest condolences to his family and his wife. Over the past 5 years, under Ambassador Adefuye's leadership, we enjoyed a collaborative and open dialogue that yielded real results, such as the U.S.-Nigerian Binational Commission, a strategic dialogue that succeeded in expanding mutual cooperation across a broad range of shared interests. Ambassador Adefuye helped build the Commission into a collaborative forum that has resulted in progress on issues critical to Nigeria and the United States' shared future. Ambassador Adefuye had a keen understanding of the United States and developed strong relations with his American colleagues. His tenure helped significantly strengthen the U.S.-Nigerian partnership." End quote.
Americans are no fools. They know by the time you come as an ambassador, they look at your past. They know who you are. They size you up after 3 or 4 encounters, and then they know that this is the kind of person they can do business with. And I was a football professor at Columbia. I've taught here in so many universities. I know their system, and they know me. Some of them know me. I mean, the world is such an easy place to find out about somebody. And after 2 or 3 encounters, and they will size you up, and the message you give, it is part of how they're going to assess it. My message to them is that the enthusiasm, the love for the country should be sustained. They thank the star, and they are born to a country that has a tremendous future, a country that is blessed by God, a country that is the largest concentration of black people in the world, a country that is blessed with abundant human and material resources, a country where almost everything a country needs to be great is there. A country that have been punching below its belt in the past, but now has a set of leaders who are ready to take them to lead the country of their dream, and a set of leaders who are trying to ensure that the country is transformed, and they will find a place where they want to come back and settle. There's a future for Nigeria. That even the youths who are abroad have so much confidence in our country. People are rejoicing. Our youths are rejoicing. And so I just want them to continue, but to assure them that the country at home, the leaders at home are doing the best to make sure that Nigeria has a secure future, which Nigeria becomes a country or remains a country of which they will be proud, and which will give them the opportunity to fulfill their dreams and objectives, and will make them ready to be able to apply the skills they are currently here in the service of their fatherland.
Although he has departed in flesh, Professor Adefuye, the son of an Anglican bishop, has left indelible marks in the hearts of many who encountered him, whether in the discharge of his many public offices, as a teacher, or in other personal circumstances. He will never be forgotten.
Lord, let me see your face.
On behalf of New African Broadcasting Network, NABN TV, and the producer Moses Adedeji and the entire production crew, my name is Tunde Adeluwoye. Thanks for watching.